looking for her first score, and poked away there by Colson. Citron turns the corner, high arcing shot will fall. Citron. Sutton, Anxler, cross-court pass. Here is the rookie, dialing up a three.
She can clearly shoot it.
The angels are here.
Sonia Citron, 0 points in the first half. She ended with 21 points.
Blood on the floor, lights are beaming, dancing gold. We're all dreaming, can you feel the heat? It's electric, disco balls and lights, stoking at shiny sequins light, never boring. Dancing queens unite, stars are soaring. Come on, feel the beat, groove to the rhythm. Come on, move your feet, dance into freedom. Roller skates light, we keep moving. Music so loud, body's grooving. Can you hear the sound? It's inviting. Disco nights are young, so exciting. Neon lights, they glow, mesmerizing. The glitter in the air, it's surprising. Come on, feel the beat, groove to the rhythm. Come on, move your feet, dance into freedom. Let the ball to the ballet, the ballet. 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 Let the ball to the dance floor and come alive. Let the ball to the underneath the dance floor light. Let the ball. Everyone start tonight. Let the ball. Spirit for you, spirit time. Come on, feel the beat, groove to the rhythm. Come on, move your feet, dance into freedom.
everybody made a contribution is Sonia.
Well, shout out to Ann. I said that if we won, I would ask you to get ice cream on the way.
Did the ice cream afterwards taste a little better?
Yes, it was actually so good. It was so good.
Sonia, how are you feeling after getting your 1,000 points?
I feel great. It's a great accomplishment, so I'm really happy.
During the game of Virginia, how did you feel when you were going bucket after bucket each play? How were you feeling during that moment?
I mean, it felt really good. I was just happy I was able to make the buckets. Yeah.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Ace's Angels, y'all. Man, what a game for the Mystics, bro. The Mystics look really good today, man. Bro, Sonia Citron, yo, rookie of the year already, bro. Out of the rookies that I played so far, it's been 3 games here in the WNBA, 6 teams. So far, she's been the best looking rookie. Now, the other rookies still haven't played yet in the rest of the league, so let's see how it goes. Serena Sundell plays tomorrow. But Sonia Citron, bro, because there was some people that was down, you know, was she taking too high, you know, was number 3 too high and all this other stuff, but she put those doubters to sleep, at least for now. Went out there today, 15 points for the Mystics, bro, 15 points. Knocked down a couple of key threes, and her defense was unbelievable already at this point, because that was the one thing that I was wondering, was her defense going to be there right away? That was a big thing for me personally, was just seeing if her defense was going to be there right away, and it was. She was locking people down. The Fever was really struggling. She was everywhere. Like, she was everywhere on the court, and her and Sophie Cunningham had that kind of presence today where they were just everywhere on the court. We'll talk about Sophie Cunningham in a different video, but bro, Sonia was everywhere today, man. The rest of her stats were 4 rebounds, 2 assists. She had a steal and a block, 3 turnovers. You know, sometimes the rookies, man, you look for that stat to be even higher. You know, I think she could have got away with like 4 or 5 turnovers. Kiki had like 4 turnovers. I'm gonna get into Kiki in a minute. But Sonia Citron was amazing today. 22 minutes as well today. So she was out there with the starters. And that was the one thing when I did my video, my Washington Mystics draft video, I was wondering if Sonia was going to be in the starting lineup right away. And I said in that preseason game, I said, if she starts in that game, she's likely starting in game 1 in the regular season. And I think she's going to be a starter. I think at this point, there's no way they can keep her on the bench. There's no way. There's no way she's going to be able to be on the bench. She outplayed Jay Melbourne, who was one of the people that I think she would have probably had to compete a spot for. Because Brittney Sykes is going to be out there. Like, Brittney Sykes had a good game, too. She was 8 for 17, 18 points. I think at this point, she's still the Mystics, like, first or second best player on the team. Shakira Austin's probably right there with her. But Sonia Citron's making a case like if she plays like this the whole season, she might end up ending the season as the best player, at least second best player. You know, her defense alone will just propel her to those levels, man. She is a 3-and-D player. And the thing about Sonia is that she's only 21. She's only 21, bro. And she's played a lot of basketball so far, you know. She's played a lot of basketball for her age. Like, she's played a lot of basketball, so she's very seasoned. But still, for her to, you know, be at that level at that age, it was amazing. She had an amazing game today. Amazing game. Like, for a rookie, that's the way you want your rookies to look when they start right away. +2 from the field. That was her plus minus. The rest of the Washington players who had similar minutes had a bigger plus minus, but Sonya was out there with a lot of the bench too. So when the Fever started to make their run and stuff like that, but Sonia was she was an animal today, man. And bro, it makes me feel good when I made that video saying back in September when I said Sonia Citron should play with Caitlin Clark. And that was back when her draft stock was not as high as it ended up becoming during the season. Because the one thing that I knew was going to happen, you know, usually when the season, college season takes place, girls could go up or down in those drafts. Because I did that like way before the college season even started, and she was projected before we traded the 8th pick away to get Sophie Cunningham, which is starting to look pretty good now. I thought we had a really good chance of getting Sonia at number 8, because I saw Sonia going as low as like 11 or 12 at the time. The Lynx was even projected to take her at one point. I was like, man, we got a chance to get her. And so you know, like I said, I'm very sad that, you know, that she's not on the Fever, man. But this is why I said, you know, I think, you know, but hey, let's see how it goes. Maybe Caitlin. I don't know where Caitlin will be in 2020. There's no guarantee if the Fever are even, you know, if Caitlin's still even on the Fever by that point. But if I was Caitlin, I'd be on that phone and I'd be like, Sonia, look, I don't know how much you like Washington and how much Washington, you know, prioritizes you, but when your rookie contract is done, which will probably be 2028, I'm not sure on that. It's probably 2020. It's usually 3 years for the rookie, so I'm just estimating it's 2028. But hey, man, you need to be in Caitlin's backcourt for real. You need to be in Caitlin's backcourt, man. We not losing out on that dream, bro. So we'll see how it goes. But really good start for Sonia, man. Her next game will be Wednesday morning, so we'll see how that goes. Early one. I may have a chance to do a video on that. I'm not sure yet. Next week is going to be a little bit more difficult for me to put videos out, so I'm not sure just yet. But let's get into the rest of the rookies on Washington. So one of the things that I found out about later, let's talk about Kiki real quick. Then we're going to talk about Georgia Amore situation. Let's talk about Kiki real quick. Kiki, I thought she had a decent game. I know she went 2 for 7 from the field. She had 16 minutes, 5 rebounds and assists, no blocks. I wish she would have had a block in there though. 4 turnovers. She was a -10 from the field, but she had 7 points. Kiki, I thought she had a decent game. You know, it wasn't like it wasn't a bad game to me. I didn't really think she had a bad game. You know, she had a game that's typical for any, you know, rookie, you know, at her position. You know, it's like I said, to me, it's typical. I think it was just a typical rookie performance. I don't think it was something that, you know, you say, hey, you know, oh, she played terrible or whatever. No, I thought she played pretty well. You know, she was 3 for 3 at the line. I like that turnaround fadeaway jumper that she hit at one point in the game. I think they could work with a lot with her, man. And it's not like with Kiki, the good thing about her, even though they took her 4th overall, the good thing about her, they got so many bigs on this team, they don't have to start her right away. So they don't have to put her immediately into the fire. She could learn, come off the bench and stuff like that. And so I think Kiki's in a good position to just learn. Because remember, they didn't even have Shakira Austin and Aaliyah Edwards today. So they still got them, and they're like real top heavy. You still got Stefanie Dolson, who started today. Who else played today in that front line? Emily Angsler, I think, was playing a 4 today. She's usually a wing, but I think she was playing a 4. You got Ashton Pretchell, who got a lot of minutes in this game. So Kiki will have a chance to be in and out of that starting lineup, in my opinion, but I think right now they could just sort of like develop her behind the scenes, man. And I think she'll be good, you know, in that role, you know, just develop it behind the scenes. So no need to really rush her at all. No need to really rush her. But I thought she had a decent game. Now, Lucy Olsen. Let's get to Lucy Olsen, man. So before we talk about Lucy, I did not know until last night that Georgia Amore, apparently she got hurt a couple of days ago and suffered I don't know if it's a torn ACL. Like, they didn't say exactly what the injury was or if she's going to need surgery or whatever, but she's definitely out indefinitely. So again, I don't know at this point if she's out the whole season. If it's torn ACL, we know she's out the whole year going into this part of the year. Because we saw Cameron Brink, who had that injury last summer. She's not returning until July. So, yeah, we might not see Georgia Amore until about next summer at some point. Like, not even at the start of the season. If it's going to be, if it's a torn ACL, she needs surgery for it. So, that broke my heart because I was so looking forward to Georgia Amore. But it might have been a blessing for Lucy Olsen, as Lucy Olsen was able to play today, and she got the 15 minutes that I wanted her to play. I said she's going to need about 15 minutes in this game, to see where she's at. And so, what did I think of Lucy's performance? I thought it was a pretty good performance. I thought, she made a lot of good passes. She got robbed of an assist. I think Pretchell missed a layup, and that would have gave her an assist. I remember that happening in the game. She only had one turnover, too, so she was really clean with the ball. I think coaches always look for that. But she was really clean with the ball. 2 points, she only made one basket, but missed a couple of threes. The thing for me with Lucy throughout this game, so let's start with the bad in the game. The bad in the game for me with Lucy was just her not being a lot more aggressive. And she was doing this at Iowa, and it annoyed me last season at Iowa, was sometimes she'll pass up a shot that she should just take. There was at one point, I wanted her to take the jump shot late in the fourth. I was like, dude, take that. And she fed it inside to, I don't know if it was Kiki or Pretchell, but she fed it inside. And I was like, dog, just keep it and shoot the ball. I'm like, you don't need to pass it. So that was pissing me off a little bit about, for her. But everything else she did good. She just needs to get a little bit more aggressive shooting, and that's about it. And then she got robbed at the end. So if you guys watched the end of the fourth quarter, it looked like a play was drawn up for her, and she ended up getting hacked from behind, and they didn't call a foul. It was a clear foul. It was a clear foul, bro. The game should not have went to overtime. She should have been at the line shooting free throws. And that would have been the game winner. It was a good play too. She went to the paint, but it put her head down, but she got hacked at the end, and she just didn't get to the line. So that was sad to see, because Lucy could have really ended the game shooting those free throws. It seemed like the refs are like, I'm not surprised though, because the refs usually they'll hold their whistles in on plays like that at the end. They don't like, referees like the players to decide it on the court in the waning minutes of the game. So I'm not surprised they didn't call that, but it was just, I felt like Lucy got robbed. The other thing that I didn't like in this game was on the coaching. Lucy should have played the whole overtime period. Like, they took her out. She should have played that whole overtime period, because I felt like the offense at that point was just dead. Like, the offense was dead at that point. There was no life out of the offense once they took her out of the game. It was definitely, there was no life. No life at all. No life at all from that Mystics offense once they got into overtime. Only 3 points were scored. Indiana had an easy time putting them away in overtime. I mean, Sophie Cunningham was killing. And, they didn't do well, man. They, like, once they went to overtime and Lucy came out the game, they had no chance. Lucy played, the other thing I meant to bring up besides the good passes was she played really good defense in this game, in my opinion. That's the one thing that's so underrated about Lucy, is that she's a really good defender. Really good defender, man. So I like what I saw out of Lucy. We will see what happens with her as far as if she makes the team or not. That's still a question mark. There's another game Wednesday. If she's not cut before that game, then she'll have a chance to prove herself in that one. But I do think the Georgia Amore injury may keep her on the team. Now, Zay Green actually had a decent game. She had a decent start, and then she kind of waned a little bit. It was like a half and half situation. She had a couple of good steals, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. I like Zay Green in this game. Zay Green played good. But it's going to be a question if she makes the team too. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with their decisions on those cuts. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. We're going to have to see. I think Georgia Amore's injury changes a lot, though, with what they're going to do with the guards. So, but yeah, Washington look pretty good, man. And if Lucy Olsen gets cut, I hope Indiana picks her up. Man. But we'll see. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good start for Washington. I think the biggest thing for them is that they know that they nailed their draft. Sonia Citron looks really good. They got a deep team. Emily Ainsley to me had a really good underrated game. Steph Dolson looked pretty good. She wasn't camping on the 3-point line like she usually does. But Emily Ainsley looked really good. This is why I said that I wanted to fever to trade for her, because she looked really good, man. Jay Melbourne, I like her game. She didn't do much on the stat line, but she had a pretty good game. 2 steals though, and a block. She gets energy, man. But I think this Washington team, I think they're a playoff team, man, or at least a fringe playoff team. It depends on the way things go. We'll see though. We'll see. Go ahead and give me your thoughts, man. I'm going to talk about Sophie later. Give this video a like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. This is my Aces Angels, y'all.